Good morning. I have a message for you. If this video found you today, it's because there is a message here for you. This is a timeless reading, general reading, and I do believe it's gonna find you at the exact moment when you need answers for some of the questions you've got thinking about. So now, let's start. Let's open this reading. Let's see what the tarot has got for you. I invite you to take a very deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and look inside your own mind to that question that you have been wondering about, what you're pondering about. Focus on that. This is a general message, so please take what resonates with you. And it might not reach everyone at the same time, so this is a timeless message. When it finds you, you will know what to do with it. Let's start answering what the problem is, what the issue of the matter is, what you can do next, what's the next step, and what would be the outcome of it. So the issue or the question, the root cause, the question of it. Oh, that's a beautiful card. The Ace of Pentacles. So you're thinking of, it seems that what you're thinking of a problem is actually a starting point. You believe you've got something to start. You've got to start something. You've got to take a new path. Maybe a new job, a new offer. You might be thinking of starting your own business. Or maybe just, what should I do next in terms of my values, my core values, my own 3D life? How can I improve it? How can you make it better? That's probably what you're wondering about. Maybe that's the question in your mind. How can I make my life better? How can you make your life better at the moment? And the card, the Ace of Pentacles, is just, you've got the whole canvas, the whole slate clean for you. You just need to start. That's all you need to do, actually. You need to take the first, you need to plant the first seed and then nurture it so that it can grow. As you can see here with the Ace of Pentacles, you've got all the possibilities to actually grow anything you want. You just need to go through that gate, just step through it and see what you can actually do. Because you've got everything aligned, all the possibilities that you could be doing. You just need to explore it. Perhaps you've been wondering if that that relationship is fertile enough to grow. Can it go anywhere? Is it going anywhere? Or that business venture that you've been wondering for such a long time but never really took off the paper or from inside your mind. Now it's the time. The issue of the matter is time to plant. If you don't plant anything, you can't harvest it. If you don't nurture the soil, work through it, and you won't be able to actually get what you want if it only stays in your mind or in a blueprint. If you can't take a little bit of action to make it grow, then it's going to be a bit difficult. So what is the next step that the Ace of Pentacles, of the root of the matter or the issue, asks you to do? And we've got here the Knight of Cups upside down. Yeah, so the reverse Knight of Cups. The next step is, don't be too emotionally attached to the outcome, perhaps. Yeah, so you invested quite a lot of emotion, of your love into it, and perhaps when you seem too eager, too keen, too needy, too attached to something, that very something might just kind of, oh, it's overwhelming, I will step back. And that's for everything in life. So maybe you've been giving too much of yourself to this Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Maybe you've been giving too much of yourself to this Ace of Pentacles. And maybe you should kind of hold on a little bit, just balance your emotions a little bit. Go through the difficult step of not caring too much. And that's a difficult one, because how can you grow something that you really want without caring too much? And when I say caring too much, it's like, yes, do what is necessary, but don't go overboard if by any chance it doesn't work out. For example, if this is a relationship and you've given all of you, all your attention, all your love, all your presence, because Pentacles is earth, so it's grounded, yeah? If you've given all of you to it, and it's only the beginning, it's only the starting point, and then out of a sudden you don't see it grow straight away and you go out of emotional balance, that's a bit tricky in the beginning of it, because that can be a bit scary for the other part. Imagine you're in a business relationship and you're keen to close it, but your partner out of a sudden realizes that you're a bit too hasty or too emotionally attached to it, too excited, too in love with the idea. They will start thinking, why? Is this person mature enough for me to go through it? Because I can see all this over emotional responses to something that needs to be a bit more grounded, yeah? Because our cups is our emotions, how we love or hate something, how we behave when we are, on the spot. It's our immediate responses based on our feelings. Sometimes we're feeling scared. You can be either aggressive, or you can completely shut down. Don't show any emotion at all. So the other person is like, what happened here? We were out of a sudden so synchronized, but I don't know, am I giving too much and the person doesn't care? So the next step is, don't be a Knight of Cups reversed, and that energy tells you to be less, a little bit less all over the place with your emotions. Be sure, if you've got to do something, do it from, I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel anything. Your feelings are valid and you need to recognize them, but you need also to channel them. So when you're angry, you can either explode or you can use that anger and and put it into a more positive way to get an outcome. Let's say you're negotiating something and somebody says something very, very aggressive towards you, or they offering you an option that you're not really going to buy it. Are you going to get angry? Or are you going to be defensive? Are you going to be passive aggressive? Not the best policy. So acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge it, and channel it in a different way so that it can come across what you actually want instead of your emotions. Yeah? So that's the next step. And if you do that, what's the outcome that's going to come out of this? You might be able to do a decision. However, you might not have all the information you need. The Two of Swords here suggests that you will end up having to make a decision at some point regarding this interaction here. But sometimes you will not. Sometimes we have to make a decision not knowing if it's going to work or not. Yeah, sometimes you've got to make a decision without having all of information of it, but you've got to make a decision. It's like you've got, let's say you're trying to move houses and you're looking into one place and another place and you've got two options. Yeah. And you're kind of torn between them. So let's say you want to start something in a new house. You're going to move. You want to go somewhere else. Yeah, you want to go somewhere else. But you're not quite sure. You're kind of not fully invested in either. You will have to end up making a decision at some point, even if you don't have all the information. So the outcome here is the Two of Swords, which is like sitting with yourself and thinking your options through. Sometimes we look at the picture here. I'm not sure if this is gonna go out of focus, but we have a person holding two swords with a blindfold, and they are sitting, and at their back we have the sea. Yeah. And it's night time. There is a half moon at the skies, and this suggests stillness. So for you to be able to actually choose something, you need to be able to stop your mind from racing from what I like, what I don't like, what I hate, what I don't hate. You need to be able to sit still with yourself, with your thoughts, and pick the best for you. You have to go either way. You might not have all the answers. You might not have all the possibilities laid out for you, because as we can see here, it's dark. It's night time. We've got a blindfold and we've got to cut something. We've got two options. We've got two swords in our hands, and we're holding it like this. Your heart is closed. You're kind of using your mind. Yeah. And let me tell you something. Sometimes you need to close your eyes to be able to see clearly. And what I mean by that is literally in a meditative state. When you sit down to meditate, you close your eyes so that you can see clearly. So sit with yourself. Sit down, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and see what your intuition, your own inner knowing tells you. You probably already have the answer. You just are not able to see it clearly at the moment to make a decision. So now let's go further. Let's see what these Ace of Pentacles wants to tell us. Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, we've got here the Hanged Man. Oh, and we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. So we've got the Hanged Man and the Ten of Pentacles. Yes, the Hanged Man came first. They all clarifying the Ace of Pentacles, that initial root of the matter that we were talking about. So the Hanged Man suggests to me that is something that you've been pondering for a long time, and you have seen all possible answers. You've made a lot of sacrifices. You've been waiting for patiently for a long time for this to happen. And it suggests to me it's an improvement on your 3D life, your material circumstances. It could be your job, a new house, your family. Perhaps you want to make your family life better, more abundant, more prosperous. Whatever it is that is your valued, that you value. Because we're talking about coins, we're talking about pentacles. When we talk about pentacles, we do talk about the material world. But there's something even more important, which is your core values, things that you value. What it is that you value. Is it stability? Is foundation? Is it a good, stable source of income? A prosperous business? If that's what you value, that's what this Ace of Pentacles is. And it suggests to me that with the Hanged Man, you have already or is in the process of making a lot of sacrifices for the greater good. You are in the process of staying still, holding that uncomfortable or even unbalanced or unstable position for a little while, so that you can see things in a different perspective, so that you can let things unfold. Yeah. And once you do that, look what happens. The Ten of Pentacles comes. You go all the way from the Ace to the Ten of Pentacles. You close the cycle. You will be able to be successful in this situation. Yeah. So now let's check what the Knight of Cups, the next step, has to tell us. What else does the Knight of Cups has to tell us? We get another two cards. Let's get this one here and this one here. Okay, so the Knight of Cups. What else does the Knight of Cups has to tell us? The Knight of Cups has to tell us the Nine of Cups. Yeah, that's the next step. Ooh, and the Tower reversed. The Tower reversed, okay. Very interesting. You've got now two major Arcana cards in your spread. So let's start with the connections of this. We've got another. So we started off with the Knight of Cups. It's telling you, don't be too hasty. Don't be too overly overwhelmed or too overly emotional, imbalanced in this situation. Try to be more centered. Try to use your emotions better. Yeah, to have a bit more. It's difficult to be in control of our emotions, but it is very possible to learn to observe them and channel them. You will never. Nobody will ever be able to 100% control. I will never be angry ever again. I will never be sad ever again. I will never cry in front of strangers ever again. That's impossible to control. Because when the emotions come and they are overwhelming, they will let out. However, you can always try to observe them arriving, observe what triggered it, and channel your emotions into something more productive. Yeah, so for example, I tend to be a bit I tend to be a bit angry sometimes when things, gets out of hand. But I tend to channel my anger into getting things done. Okay, I'm not gonna go crazy right now. There's no point in going crazy. It's not gonna help me. But I can channel that negative energy into something positive. If you can do that, it will help you. So that was the starting point. Don't let yourself be sad. Don't let yourself be disheartened. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. You can progress. You can progress. If you can control your emotions, you can go forward. The Knight reverse suggests that you're not going forward, or something is a bit delayed. Perhaps you're waiting for a response that didn't come, or maybe you felt a bit rejected. Turn it up. Turn that energy up. Don't if you got rejected or if something didn't go your way, most of the time we think it's our fault. Perhaps it isn't. It may be that the other person or the other party just went with a different option. Yeah, maybe they just saw something better packaged. So what do? Repackage, rethink it. Don't go it's difficult. No. I don't want to tell you what not to do. I'm not here to tell you what you should not do. So use that energy, use that feeling, whatever it is, and learn to channel it in a positive way for you. So in a positive way that works for you, that actually motivates you to go forward instead of hinders you. Yeah. And explaining the Knight of Cups, we have first our Nine of Cups, which is, let me bring it closer to you, which is a guy here sitting with all his cups lined up behind him, and he's pretty content. He's happy. He seems well. He's on his own, but he's happy. He's pretty much, it's a happy feeling. He's got a kind of a little bit of a smirk. So it's like, I'm good. I'm very good. I'm good with myself. I've achieved this. I've achieved it, and I know what to do now. I know what to do. I mastered it. And he's number 9. So 9 is almost full completion. It's just one knife. And then we have the Tower reversed. So the Tower reverse, it is change. Yeah, Tower is always a kind of a sudden change that you can't really control. And again, we're going back to the control of emotions here. So in the upright position, it's life will, if you don't do something about it, life will do something so that you can move forward. Sometimes you're too attached to an outcome, and that outcome is not going to do you good in the long run. And life will force you to look again for another option. So it will come and shake the unstable foundations that you built your legacy on. So maybe it's outdated beliefs that you have about yourself or about a situation or about another person. Maybe it's feelings that you don't actually feel anymore, but you still believe in your heart and in your mind that it's worth saving. And it came reverse, so it suggests to me that you're not going to be accepting or going with the flow of life as you should. When things get tough, when we hit bottom, in a situation, it's a bit difficult to actually see it in a positive light. But if you stop for a while and evaluate things through, observe things, reevaluate it, you will realize that some of the foundations that you've built your castle on, because that's a tower, yeah. So some of the foundations, the rock, the stone you were building your dreams on, perhaps they're not so solid. It's like building something on quicksand. Eventually it will collapse. And the tower reversed, be a bit wary of not wanting to move forward. You need to allow yourself, even though, because look, we've got the knight reversed, and then we have the guy saying, I'm pretty good here. I like what I achieved, and I'm not gonna redo anything. I'm gonna stay in this energy. So perhaps you should reconsider things, and you might find that by reconsidering things, you'll find a better way to build long-term stability in what it is that you're trying to build. It could be your business, it could be a relationship, it could be your next career move, it could be your next home. So if we're talking here, let's use an example. Let's say you're trying to find your new place to live, and you're not so sure of what to do. The first step ever would be, okay, let's research places, locations, crime rates, how is it, bills, cost of living in this area, and you spend some time analyzing that data, that information. You stop and analyze that information for a while, and you pick whatever is most suitable for you. If you've got family and kids, you need somewhere where you have good schools, where it's safe for a family to live safely. Crime rates are low. If you're a single person like myself, a woman, you need to be 100% sure that crime rates are very low, that it's safe for you to walk around the streets and everything. I think everybody needs safety, so pay attention to what it is that you're choosing. It's not only the building itself, it's not only the house itself. You need to be able to commute, to shop, to take your kids to school if you have children. Is it going to be more expensive to commute to work? So consider all of that. That is the root of the matter. And then the next step is pay attention to your emotions. Don't act on them. Pause. Rechannel them. Use them to your advantage so that you can be content with your choices. Otherwise, you will be reluctant to go with the flow, because life is coming to shake up the foundations of things. Yeah, that will be ooh. That will be a ooh. You have to go with it. So if you're not prepared to go with it, if you're not prepared to let go and channel your emotions, you're gonna be hit hard. So life sometimes throw us a little bit of a lesson, so that we learn, so that we, if life is always easy, we can't learn. Difficulties are not a problem, they are a challenge, and you can use that challenge to learn something new, to upgrade. Let's say it's let's treat it as a mobile system upgrade. You can always upgrade. There is always room for improvement. Okay, so now let's check our two of our swords. Let's see the last outcome, yeah? So let's pick two cards more for the to clarify the two of swords, the outcome. So I've got this card here, and I'm gonna get this. Oh, I got 3 cards for the outcome, so let's go with it. The tarot wants to talk to you, so let's go. They must be relevant. So the first card we picked was the two of first fire card in the spread at the moment. First fire card. So we've got the 2 of Wands reversed. And the 2 of Wands reversed. It's a bit funny. I love it because the 2 of Swords tells you stay still, look inside, you'll be able to choose. The answer is inside you, it's here. The guy is completely, he can't see outside. He's blindfolded. This lady here is blindfolded with her back to the sea, so she can't really see the horizon. And it's dark, it's nighttime. There's a tiny little light of the half moon there. And this guy here, who is a guy, let me turn it up around so you can see the picture. Yeah, it's a guy holding the world with 2 wands on each side. He's got a hold of one, the other one is stuck to the ground. So it's like basically he has achieved quite a lot and he's considering what else can I conquer. He's got the world in his hand. He's considering the next step. What else can I choose? You see, 2, this came reversed. This is the action card. It suggests to me that you're thinking quite a lot, but you don't want to take the next action. Take the action. There is no way you will know for sure if it's going to work out or not. Remember, the future is an illusion. You only have the present. Yeah. So live in the present and based on your current circumstances, take an action. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Choose whatever most resonate with you. Take an action. You can't wait forever. You can't stay in this energy forever. You gotta take an action. If you stay reversed like this, you're not gonna be taking any action. You're gonna continue looking for the next thing, and then you find out. Imagine for some reason. Let's just consider. Yeah, consider this. Consider this. You are searching for a job. Let's say you're searching for a job, and then you see 2 similar jobs. And you send an application to both of them. Yeah, and both of them sends you, yes, we want you. We want to offer you a position. You have 2 options. You have 2 offers. You don't know if the next job you take, either of them, is going to be your dream job or not. You don't know. There is no way for you to finding that out until you start the job. And the funny thing about life and choices is the moment you say yes to something, you said no to something else. So when you say yes, you always say no to something else because you can't have both jobs unless it's a part-time and you want to do one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Couple of days here, couple of days there, then you can take both jobs. However, if it's not 2 part-time jobs, and you need to pick one, you have to pick based on what you have, on the evidence you have, on this job specs, on how you felt in the interview. Was it overwhelming? Did you feel kind of, oh, I'm not so sure? And you went out of that like, yeah, whatever. You gotta make a choice. this guy here reverse tells me that you hesitating in taking the next step. You're considering all the options over and over again. You're going back and forth, back and forth. There is a delay there. Maybe there is a time limit for you to be sitting and considering. You must take an option, make an action. Take an action. Yeah. So let's see the other two cards, because that was beautiful. You've got two twos here. Two twos. Two cards, number two. The next card, oh, look at that. Cups. The Six of Cups. Okay. Let's kind of make the connection. So, for example, going back to our connections. Oh, I love this. This is a beautiful, beautiful conversation that Tarot is having here with you. It's a beautiful conversation. So, we've got the Two of Cups first, the Two of Swords first, and then this guy here that doesn't really know what to do next. He's kind of, well, actually, which way do I go? And then we have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is like bittersweet energy. You kind of rethinking, feeling, kind of thinking things and feeling things again from previous experiences, and maybe kind of, but you know, still in this not so sure, because whatever you remember, or the images, the feelings, the things that went might sound amazing in our minds, but how we remember things might not be exactly how they happened. Yeah. So, but anyway, in the context here, once you've decided to make a decision, you actually might be going towards a more relaxed, oh, it was difficult, I took my time, I almost missed the opportunity, but I got it. Yeah, so you'll be kind of getting there. Let's see the very last card that came out. Ooh, Strength reversed. Strength reversed. Yes, okay. Look, let's connect all of them together. That's how your spread looks like. That's how your spread looks like. The first card, and then we had this guy, these guys, and Strength reversed. The Strength reversed, Major Arcana card. It goes back to that. It goes back to that. Look, it goes back to that. That thing of not being brave enough to do the hard thing. Trust me, the difficult part is just the first step. The first phase of everything is always the hardest. So let's say you're trying to fall in love again, and you're managing the whole dating situation again, and you're kind of in love with somebody, or kind of falling in love with somebody, but you're not so sure if it's gonna progress, or you're not so sure how the other person feels. Why not lay out on the table what it is that you want? Because I'm gonna tell you something. If you're kind of performing the act of being, I agree with this, to kind of feel similar to the other person, if you're only focusing on the similarities between the two of you and overlooking the red flags, overlooking the things that you might not be happy with in the long run, that's not gonna work. Yeah. Let me change that sentence. That might not fulfill you in the long run. Because you can't stop existing in this relationship. You can't commit to everything so that the other person is happy about having you in their life while you are starving for your own identity. We all are one person deep inside. Yeah, we all have our weird quirks, things that, our our good side, our sunny, beautiful woo side, and our, not so good. We all have our lions, our beasts inside of us. Yeah, we all have it. We all have our not so pretty side. We all have it. We all have it. It's natural. And whoever you are looking for to be your partner needs to be in love with all of it. Your Cinderella side and your beast side. And if you're not courageous enough, if you're not brave enough to let that person have all of you, if you're not brave enough to be you, the authentic you, that might cause a problem later on. Because in the long run, those little things, that shadow side of us, of us, will always, peep through the veil from time to time. And that's when you kind of, let's just pretend, can you imagine the person on your first date takes you to a pizza place and you absolutely hate pizza. But because it's the first date and you don't want to be a bit of a, a bit of a dick. I don't want to swear, but I just did. You don't want to be a bit of a, knob. And you go along with it. It's the first date anyway. So you go, first date, you share a sourdough pizza that you absolutely hate. And you have a pint of something, which you also don't drink beer. You're more of a, I don't know, gin and tonic or wine girl. Or guy. Or whatever. Just pretend. Let's just entertain that for a second. Yeah, let's say that this is a relationship thing. And you're looking for somebody. You found somebody that might be, you're kind of not sure, you're kind of uncertain, you don't want things to go wrong. So you go along with it. Yeah? He or she, the person invites you for a date, for a dinner date somewhere. And they decide to take you to a pizza place. But you're not a pizza person. Yeah? But you say yes. Why not? Just first date. And the evening is great. And you have a great conversation. But ever so often, you end up agreeing on things that you don't really usually agree with. Let's say you're talking about films and you say, he or she says, they say, my favorite film is, I don't know, I'm a bit old, so let me go old school. My favorite film is The Matrix. Wonderful film though. If you haven't seen, go for it. And if you like Keanu Reeves, watch it. So, but you're more of a, rom-com person. So your favorite film is, I don't know, let's also go old school, because I am old. I was born a while ago. So let's say, I don't know, rom-com, let's say Pretty in Pink. Let's say, yeah, your favorite film is Pretty in Pink. And just because you don't want to go against the person, you go with the sci-fi style of The Matrix. It's a wonderful film. And you say, yeah, I love that film too. And all of a sudden you have something in common that is not really in common. You just say that to be agreeable. So be careful with this kind of little tiny things, little tiny white lies that we tell on first dates in the beginning of a relationship, because you might not be able to put up with it in the long run. And when I say in the long run is, imagine this person, you end up falling in love madly with this person, and so this person for you, and then out of a sudden you're living together and you're kind of creating a life together, and you're no longer you, because on the weekends you're ordering pizza and watching the Matrix saga on a marathon kind of loop thing. So how is your real person feeling about it? Yeah. But anyway, be brave. Be brave. You gotta be brave. You gotta you gotta have that courage to deal with the beast inside you. Yeah. Look at the strength card. There's this, it's a girl. There is a girl closing the mouth of a lion, and she's gentle, and there are roses around her, and the sun is shining beautiful, and the lion, there is not even one suggestion in that lion's body language that it's going to be aggressive towards her. It's actually succumbing to her will, to her gentleness. So yes, it came reversed, which suggests to me you might be a bit aggressive, pushy with this situation. You might be going against your own inner world, let's say like this. Yeah. When I say pushy, is like sometimes we want something so badly. We want that relationship to work so hard because we just fell in love. And that person is beautiful, is sexy, is hot as fuck. And you just want to be with that person in your life. And we are pushy. But sometimes when we are too pushy, we go against our inner capability to handle our inner beasts. Yeah. That kind of fire, crazy rage we have inside of us, that we want something so badly and we can be so pushy. And sometimes, force doesn't take us anywhere. Gentleness takes us further. Yeah, it's like you can catch more bees with honey, isn't it? There is another saying that's a bit ugly, but it's like you can catch more flies with shit as well. But I'd rather use the honey thing. So, be careful. Be careful not to be too pushy. Be careful not to kind of to go too aggressive on things, on this situation. Is another thing as well is pay attention to the conversation you have internally. Are you telling yourself harmful things? Yeah, with this strength reversed, because the lion is our inner world, is our inner beast. And when it's kind of reversed, it tells me maybe you kind of talking yourself out of things before even seeing things through. Yeah, because you're kind of not trusting your own capability to make a decision or to go the right way. Remember that? Because these came together. This is regarding the outcome. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know if you can see it. So like, sorry. Oh, I love this. So let's see. So these came all together. These three cards came together to explain the Two of Swords. That's the outcome. So perhaps you're kind of talking yourself out of things. Perhaps you're kind of not having the courage to see things through, to make that decision, to make a, it's okay if you make a mistake. If it is okay if you pick the wrong thing. You just cannot not pick. Yeah. It is okay. Trust me. Even if you make a decision that's wrong, there is always a way to correct it. There is always a way to fix things. Nothing is doom in life. Nothing is the only certain thing we have in life is that eventually our physical body will die. And we don't know when. So don't think about the future too much. Live now. Yeah? Okay, what is the very next step for the very next near future? And when I say near future, is plan maybe until the end of the week for this situation. Sketch a plan for until the end of the week, whatever the situation is. If it's a living house, a new job application, a new relationship that you're trying to kind of make it grow, make it more saucy. Plan until the end of the week. Just that. Just see how it goes until there. If by any chance you picked the wrong thing, you have time to fix it. Yeah? There is always a way to fix things. There is always a way out. There is always a next step. As long as you live in the present. Live in the present. Don't wait a billion of years to kind of make a decision, because by then a lot of things might have happened that changed that energy. Anyway, I think I think that's what I have for you today. This is a general reading, so I hope it finds the right person, and I hope what we've talked here about today helps you somehow. If you enjoyed this reading and if you enjoyed this video, please do hit the like and subscribe. I will be eternally grateful to you. By the way, my name is Eve. I am Evilin from True Tarot Talk. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful time. You are covered. And everything will be just fine. Now, bye-bye. See you next time.